evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Tuesday, April 12, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Mother of three who tried to escape years of abuse stabbed to death by husband. 4-year-old critical after being stabbed by mother's girlfriend. Government will not take over BERBICE Bridge, but will explore toll reductions, says President Ali. Guyana accredits new Venezuelan ambassador, and greater exposure for local products as STABROEK marketplace goes online. Now for the news in detail. A 57-year-old mother of three who tried to escape years of abuse at the hands of her husband and allegedly some of her children was, during the wee hours of today, stabbed to death by her lover of 32 years. The incident occurred just before the couple was scheduled to appear in court following an incident 3 weeks ago, wherein the husband had attacked his wife with a glass bottle, causing her to receive injuries to the head. Here is Lawan McAllister with our lead story tonight.
57-year-old Savitri Raj, a mother of three of 15th Street Fowles, East Coast, Demerara, was during the wee hours of Tuesday brutally murdered by her abusive husband of 33 years, whom she has been trying to escape. In fact, the couple was scheduled to appear in court after the woman filed a report against him 3 weeks after he attacked her with a glass bottle, causing her to receive injuries to the head. But at around 1 hour on Tuesday, the couple's only son was downstairs when he heard his mother scream. When he ran upstairs, he checked the bedroom where he saw his mother lying on the bed in a pool of blood. 3 wounds were seen on her face and neck. The husband, a fisherman, was seen jumping through the window. When the evening news visited the home of the couple, the woman's daughter Diane Ragnott and her husband said their mother was abused by her husband and 2 children for years, and she believes her mother's death was planned.
When she see certain things wrong, I should tell them. You should tell them.
Like if she go out and she come back or somebody calls she on the phone speaking to she when the father come from work, she will end up tell the father, say that, well, mommy went on the phone or nobody no call, but yes, somebody call and on the phone and those things. And then the next one there does abuse her for them don't give she $1. But when they money finish, them coming and I'm fighting down she, knocking she. This is not one time so much, it's every time, every day. Every day.
It's not the sister so much, but you see the brother, he most drinking, he most stamming full. You can ask this girl, she just come and give this company. The brother most stamming she life more than the father. And when she give the father complaint, father don't do nothing. The father sit down and he just listen and just passing through the age. So she get fed up with her life because he found a husband not support she.
Never tell them nothing.
Then she get, since when he take she, since he growing up, he start to drink, he get in company. He bring home all the estate people that drink when they pay, when they get draft pay. She's got everything. My mother stand up day one to build this thing with him. Not say he alone build it. My mother walked just like him for build what she have, for inherit it, she gone and left it.
The woman claimed that the day before the murder occurred, her stepfather pretended as though he was sick, sent her mother to the bank to withdraw $100,000 and planned how he was going to execute the murder.
Come home, he start play tricks, so he's sick. He want she to go with a bank, and we part in bank and then care my doctor. So she say, man, care the next family them. They ask the family there, he say, you know, I nobody. You want she for care him. But she said like he get her intention for like to kill she. So she don't want to go with him.
She said the evening while her mother locked her door and went to sleep, her stepfather jumped the wall and stabbed her about her body. He then threw her phone a far distance from her so that she would not be able to call anyone to come to a rescue. The man then reportedly drank a poisonous substance before escaping. A wanted bulletin has since been issued for his arrest. The woman's family said after being stabbed, the police and ambulance were contacted but never arrived almost an hour later. They claimed that the woman could have been saved since she was still breathing. Lawanda McAllister for the evening news.
We now tell you that a 4-year-old girl is currently battling for her life at the Georgetown Public Hospital after she was stabbed by a woman with whom her mother shares a relationship. This newscast was informed that the stabbing occurred this morning at Hyde Park to Mary, East Bank, Demerara. Reports are that the child's mother and the suspect had an argument that led to a fight, during which the child was stabbed. At the time of the incident, the child's mother was holding the little girl in her hands. The evening news was told that no one knew the child was injured until she started to bleed profusely. She was picked up and rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where she is reportedly hospitalized in a critical state. The suspect is currently on the run as investigations are ongoing. In other news, President Dr. Irfan Ali has informed that his government has no intention of taking over control of the BERBICE River Bridge, but assured that discussions will be held on the possibility of further reducing the tolls. His comments were made on Monday in response to a suggestion by the Central Quarantine Chamber of Commerce that government could look at the option of purchasing the shares of the bridge owners. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael has that story.
The Central Quarantine Chamber of Commerce said it is trying to get the BERBICE Bridge toll reduced by 50%. The organization had sent a letter to Public Works Minister Gwan Ejel in this regard. According to the letter dated March 29, the Chamber is aware that, as presently constituted, it will not be feasible for the BERBICE River Bridge Company to grant such a reduction. Chamber President Mohammed Rafiq told the media that they are asking the government to negotiate with the owners of the bridge. President Dr. Irfan Ali, who was on a one-day outreach to Region 6 on Monday, said government will not do that. However, he said discussions will be held on the possibility of future reducing the toll.
We believe in a free, open society. A government can't go and take over the bridge. But this government is willing to work with every single stakeholder. And if it is that the shareholders of this bridge want to speak with the government, then believe you me, you have a government with a receptive ear. A government that is willing to listen to them so we can make the best possible decision in the interest of you, the people of this region and people of the country. That I can assure you of.
The cost for a small vehicle to cross the BERBICE River Bridge is $1,900, compared with $200 for a small vehicle to cross the Demerara Harbor Bridge. Bicycles and pedestrians are forbidden to use the bridge.
I want to make it clear, it's not taking over the bridge. We're asking the government to negotiate with the owners of the bridge and to see if the government can come up with an agreement to them, so the government will be the new owners of the bridge. We asked the government to do that because we know, because of the present structure, the owners of the bridge cannot reduce the fare to the levels that we would like to see it.
We can do something to reduce the cost. You can believe the last dollar you have, that this is a government that will embrace that action, because fundamentally, we want to remove as much hardship as possible from it. That is our fundamental philosophy.
Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
A new Venezuelan ambassador has been accredited to Guyana. He presented his credentials to President Dr. Irfan Ali just days after it was revealed that Venezuela has designated a new ambassador to Guyana. Here are the details from Jarrell Bryan.
On Tuesday, newly appointed Venezuelan ambassador to Guyana, Amador Perez Silva, presented his credentials to President Dr. Irfan Ali. The presentation of his credentials comes just days after Silva paid a courtesy call on Foreign Affairs Minister Hugh Todd. During his visit, the then ambassador-designate emphasized his government's commitment to friendly relations and strong bilateral ties with Guyana. Meanwhile, Minister Todd had welcomed the ambassador-designate and informed that President Ali's administration remains committed to advancing relations with Venezuela in areas of mutual interest. Minister Todd also reiterated President Ali's commitment to maintaining the region as a zone of peace. This is particularly significant since Guyana took Venezuela before the International Court of Justice over the border controversy between the two countries. In 2015, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro had withdrawn the country's ambassador to Guyana after ExxonMobil found oil in Guyana's waters. Venezuela claims Essequibo as its own, despite the 1899 arbitral award confirming Guyana's sovereignty, which is accepted by the international community. Back in March 2021, ICJ had granted Guyana until March 8, 2022 to file its written submissions for the case after requesting 12 months. Guyana filed its submissions on schedule. Venezuela was meanwhile given until March 8, 2023 to submit its counter-memorial. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
The Public Accounts Committee has ordered the Audit Office of Guyana to conduct a forensic audit into various procurement breaches in Region 5, which occurred under the period when Ovid Morrison was Regional Executive Officer. Gerald Bryan joins us again to report that Morrison, who had been MIA for some time now and could not be located by the PAC for questioning, showed up on Monday to face the heat. Here are the details.
The Region 5 Regional Democratic Council, RDC, was on Monday called before the Public Accounts Committee, where they were questioned on the findings of the Auditor General's 2017 and 2018 reports. Present were current REO Genevieve Blackman and former REO Ovid Morrison, who the PAC has for some time been looking for. In fact, the PAC had engaged the police to try to find Morrison, since there were several issues from his tenure that needed clearing up. On Monday, however, Morrison's responses to questions on 40 contracts being awarded to one contractor by virtue of restrictive tendering failed to satisfy the committee.
Based on my knowledge of the contractors that were available, that contractor had the equipment. I heard persons were saying, honorable members made mention that you got small excavator, medium excavator. It's not only what is small or what is medium. It is the, as I said before, the buckets required.
That's how I like it.
The different buckets. As a matter of fact, there is a particular community, and that's an example of where the wrong buckets were used.
Chairman, can we get the name of the contractor or the contracting firm?
Ethically, I don't.
No. We could know the name of the company we signed contracts. You don't remember now? No, he remembers, but he's quoting ethics. No, but the ethics, the contractors could be named here.
Can the contracting firm be named?
Verbal Contracting Company.
PAC member Gail Teixeira, who described the AG's findings as indications of procurement breaches, called for a forensic audit of the matter.
In the light of paragraph 945/2018 and 820/2017, I am calling, Mr. Chairman, for a full investigation by the Auditor General Office. Full investigation. This PAC cannot do it on our own, but we want a full investigation in regards to the violations that took place, the breaches that took place in the Procurement Act under these two paragraphs alone. And we've talked about them, we've gone through them, but I believe that the issue is much bigger than what we can have in terms of access to documents and to go in and do a forensic audit of what happened with what would be $90 million and another 59 plus million, which in breach of the Procurement Act.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up, COVID, 8 new cases, 2 in ICU, and Guyana to earn millions from 12 remaining oil lifts for 2022. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
You taste the cheese, you hear the crunch. Grab a zoomers and zoom into fun. And with the first taste, you feel like you don't want it done. Blast off to a whole new place with every single bite. The cheesy goodness bring your taste buds alive. So let's just zoom into fun with this wheel-shaped delight. Zoomers, zoomers, zoom into fun.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1150.
Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Ole cheesy, zoomers, ripples, and more. Combo pack of flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack, now with a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
Renovating or extending your current home? Or are you building your first home and need electrical components? Then visit Gafu's Electrical Department, your one-stop shop for all your electrical needs. You now have in stock electrical cable for your home, two-core, 1.5mm and 2.5mm flat cable, complete with earth. Also available in heavy-duty sizes up to 16mm. Round flex cable, 1.5mm to 16mm. Switches in 1 to 6 GAN. Flush and surface outlets, junction boxes and connections, bulb sockets and much more. Single, double and duplex pole breakers, 2 to 30-way panels, voltage regulators and transformers. We've got domestic water pumps in 1/2 and 1 horsepower and pressure pumps 1 to 1.5 horsepower with 24 liters to 300 liter tanks. American-made Rude electrical water heaters in 20 gallons to 50 gallons. Split system AC units in regular and inverter types from 12,000 BTU to 36,000 BTU. And we're offering free installation. Remember, for the best services, quality products at competitive prices, it's Gafu's, the name you can trust.
The evening news. Guyana has recorded 8 new cases of the novel coronavirus within the last 24 hours, taking the total positives detected to date to 63,340. There are 2 persons receiving care in the ICU, while 9 are hospitalized and 98 are isolating at home. In institutional quarantine are 15 individuals, while recovered cases stand at 62,005. Meanwhile, a total of 1,226 persons have died so far as a result of the virus. Guyanese now have a wider platform to market and sell local products to the world with the launch of the STABROEK online marketplace, an online shopping website akin to Amazon.com for purely Guyana branded goods. Amar Prasad has the details.
STABROEK Online Marketplace is an e-commerce platform which will facilitate the buying and selling of Guyana's local products globally. The official launch of this website took place on Tuesday at the Marriott Hotel in Kingston, Georgetown. According to Chief Executive Officer Althea Turner, this online platform will cater for both small and large businesses.
STABROEK Online Marketplace is an e-commerce platform that was created with Guyanese businesses in mind to facilitate buying and selling across international borders. The platform also includes other divisions such as STABROEK Travel, which is a differentiated e-booking platform for local tour experiences and accommodation. As a buying and selling platform, the cornerstones of our business are efficiency, transparency, and seamless customer experience. To fulfill our promise in this regard, we have invested heavily to ensure that we have the most cutting-edge technology in terms of web applications, payment options, and diversified logistics options. We offer diverse product categories dictated by Guyanese businesses, featuring products that enrich culture and improve quality of life.
The STABROEK Online Marketplace is currently open for early registration to sellers who will benefit from a 30 days free subscription after the online platform goes live on May 19. Through this platform, delivery is also an option. The minimum requirements for the sellers to register will include business registration and tax compliance. Each seller will pay a fee of $40. The CEO explained that each transaction will also follow with a transaction fee, which will vary depending on the category of seller and the type of product. She noted that the platform is different from other online shopping platforms such as Facebook Marketplace.
What differentiates STABROEK Online Marketplace from Facebook Marketplace is that you have a consolidated, or you have a business solution in one platform. So we offer the payment component, we offer the logistics alternatives or options that are required, and we also offer the after-sale customer service that would not necessarily be offered on the Facebook Marketplace. With regard to transaction, the accountability that is required to respect customer rights and ensure that there are no violations in that regard is something that you're guaranteed of on STABROEK Online Marketplace, but not so much on Facebook Marketplace.
Meanwhile, President of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Timothy Tucker, said that his organization supports the initiative that will particularly benefit small businesses.
This initiative is completely supported by the Chamber, and it coincides at the precise time, of course, with the National Small Business Week, which is launched by the GCCI and GT&T. The purpose, again, of the Small Business Week was to, advertise and promote small businesses that are taking part in the event, and of course, this now will continue that journey of small businesses because it gives them the opportunity to have what is intended by the Small Business Week to be done in 1 week, that this can be done all year round.
For the Evening News, Amar Prasad.
Vice President Dr. Bara Jagdeo has announced plans to employ thousands of persons from within Region 6 to work for the government on a part-time basis. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael tells us more.
Addressing residents at Line Pass Quarantine BERBICE on Monday, Vice President Dr. Bara Jagdeo revealed that in 2 weeks the government will hire 3,000 people from across the East BERBICE Quarantine region to work part-time.
In the short term, whilst we're working on getting these things going, and they will get going, we have to also make sure that people can get employment. And that is why we have decided. So we lost about 1,700 jobs here, and 400 were rehired. So that left us with a deficit of about 1,300 jobs. But we've decided that in BERBICE, we're going to starting within 2 weeks, hire about 3,000 people on part-time work.
The Vice President noted that job creation is not for a particular type of people, but it is extended to anyone who reaches the criteria for the job.
This is where a lot of the people who are unemployed here, you can apply. So you may have to work 10 days a month. You work for 10 days, you'll get $40,000. We can schedule the work in a way that meets your need. So 10 days continuously and then leave the rest of the month to work elsewhere. So that can help a lot of people. So this will be not only for sugar workers who are laid off or who are looking for a job or laborers. Anybody in the community. Anybody can apply, including women, and you don't have to, everybody help to clean the grass or the canals. Some can work as librarians if maybe if they have a few CXC and they can't find a job, or other places, in the hospital, in a government office.
The government has already announced that 8,000 part-time jobs will be created countrywide to help families cope with the rising cost of living, while the government works towards more long-term solutions. Meanwhile, Jagdea outlined that the government will also give out 400 small grants to residents of Region 6. The grants will be up to $250,000 for people to start up small projects or expand an existing business. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Though it is bursting with significant economic opportunities in areas of logging and mining, Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat posits that the country's forests are worth more standing. Here is Andrew Carmichael again with this report.
Guyana's forests alone provide value that is estimated to range from 40 to 50 billion US dollars annually. Yet, this value is not recognized in monetary terms. By contrast, jobs and economic value can be generated by clearing forest for agriculture, mining, infrastructure, and other uses. This is a global problem and one of the reasons why the world tropical forests are worth more dead than alive, and forest areas that are the size of Greece disappear each year, causing about 16% of global greenhouse gas emission. Since 2019, Guyana has sought to address this challenge by creating a global model for promoting broad-based economic development while avoiding the deforestation-led development. This is being called the Low Carbon Development Strategy, LCDS. Its aim is to create new economic initiatives and make the forest worth more alive than dead, while at the same time stimulating future growth by using clean energy and non-deforestation economic activities. Guyana has the second highest percentage of forest cover on Earth and is working with partners to sustain 99.5% of that forest while building a foundation for a new low-carbon ecosystem economy. Natural Resource Minister Vikram Bharat says the country has gained a greater understanding of the contribution Guyana's ecosystem make to the world.
Because we have seen, or we look at development as more important than cutting emission or keeping down the temperature throughout the world. And as a result of that, most of our forests around the world has already been cut down. Factories have replaced the forests, and if you look at countries like China, if you look at America, if you look at most of the developed countries, even India now, you find that they're replacing forests with factories. And obviously that will add to the increased emission.
The expected opportunity to access a market mechanism for forest climate services and other ecosystem services will enable Guyana to store 19.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide. The world emits about 50 billion tons a year. The LCDS 2030 seeks to provide Guyana with the opportunity to be able to sell its forests to the world in terms of carbon credits.
So the point is that the trees help to sequester or to capture the carbon dioxide emitted by all of these factors that I would have mentioned, the elements that I would have mentioned, the factories, the vehicles, the burning of garbage, the power generation sets, These are all emissions that are captured by the forests. And that is why LCDS 2030 is so important, and that is why Guyana is pioneering an LCDS program, because we have earned that right to do so.
Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Guyana, which has already been paid for at least 10 oil lifts since ExxonMobil started production in the Liza 1 development in 2019, is expected to earn millions more from 12 remaining crude lifts for 2022. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
The Bank of Guyana recently released the first quarter report on the Natural Resources Fund. In it, the bank reveals that Guyana is expected to earn millions from 12 crude lifts planned for this year. These lifts, each of which amount to 1 million barrels of crude, will presumably come from both the Liza 1 and 2 developments. As at March 31, 2021, Guyana has received revenue from 10 oil lifts as its share of profit oil. According to the report, this amount includes payment for 1 crude lift, which was received in this quarter. Saudi Aramco was awarded a 12-month contract to market Guyana's crude last year. Guyana's crude lift share was initially marketed by Shell Western, after which Hess International marketed Guyana's crude. Guyana, with U.S. oil giant ExxonMobil as the operator, began producing oil on December 20, 2019 in the STABROEK block. The first ever payment of US $54.9 million for an oil lift was received in February 2020. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
Demerara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, April 13 at 1:30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, BERBICE River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, April 13 at 13:55 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Dev hails Albion victory as turning point of Indian cricket, and Austin intent on bettering Carif to bronze this weekend. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by Macorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
With unlimited games to choose from, you can be a winner with Superbet. Choose from our virtual sports, live betting, sports betting, live roulette, and much, much more. Place your bets at www.superbet.gy or visit any one of our agents. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over. Play responsibly.
Gold mining can be expensive if you don't have the right tools. Mining requires engines that can pump high volumes of water and slurry, the most tried and tested of which are Deutz engines. Deutz engines are among the most reliable in the world. Where can you get them? At your #1 industrial solutions provider, Sylvies. We have them in 2 to 6 cylinders, ranging from 23 horsepower to 80 horsepower. Most miners use Deutz engines because they're lightweight, use less fuel, and require less maintenance because they are air-cooled. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets, Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.